Hello, Sandy Boxall again with another feature video on our Tender Ninja product. So, you've had a first pass, you've written a bunch of answers with the batch process. How do you go to the next level and start to make those answers better and more detailed? So, firstly, let me just show you. You've written your answer here, and I'm going to open it further in what we call Response Builder. So Response Builder is a much more powerful tool that really allows you to edit and change. So firstly, how does it work? What's the sequence? So step one, the tool analyzes the question asked, picks the best obviously available sources, giving them these gold thumbs up if they provide really relevant matching material. It then writes a storyboard, and it uses that storyboard to produce an answer. And we talked about the matching score in the previous exercise. So how would I enrich this question? How would I give you a better answer? So the first thing I might do, I might think it's a bit thin. I might not be quite happy, so I might add some more source material. Then I can add 5. You can add as many as you like, but be very aware that the more you add, the more information that is the AI has to sift through. If you add 30 documents, that could be 30,000 words. It's probably most of that is not useful at all and won't add to your question. So what do I do now? You see it's added a few more sources, brought in a really good one, the Pacific case study, the Navy Mind one. The reason why the matching score is not so good is because it won't necessarily reflect all of the words in here. It's talking about a whole different set of information and activities, but it actually has, and I know it because I wrote it, some specific sections that match really well. And I really want to include it. So what I'll do is I will go up to the storyboard here, and I will look at the add storyboard elements. Now this is where you can start to drive it and control it. Now on our style template, I've pre-written a prompt that says, please tell me the challenge required in a case study, what we did and what the benefits were. And I've asked it to give me quite a lot of detail, which will boost the answer quality. I might also tick one of these other elements and say, I want to hear more about people who did it and the evidence. And those are sort of presets that apply to everybody. I'll apply that. I'm also going to drive it to specifically use the Navy Mind case study. Whoops, if I can type. And that's just shaping it how I want. What I'll then do is I'll then hit this button here, which will regenerate that storyboard. Storyboard's super important. Our first attempt with the tool, we developed it ages ago, without the storyboard, had far weaker answers. Just like a human author writes a much better answer if they have a storyboard, so does the AI. And what you see here is it's regenerating the storyboard with my new instructions. This is going to be quite a lot more detailed as a storyboard, and it's then going to start to drive a much more detailed answer. Of course, it does take slightly longer. As ever with an author, if you ask a human author to do something more complicated, they'll take a bit longer. And there it is. And just have a look. So firstly, you can see it's changed. It's now got the Navy case studies come right to the top, and it's talked about what's happening. And this case study is asking for specific information. I've also tagged people, so you see the team structure and the value. So you see this storyboard is now much more detailed. Just to get it going, I will now. I'll show you one thing important. You can lock your storyboard. When you've got the right storyboard, you don't want to change it. You just want to maybe try and let it run and answer the question a few times. And I'm now going to make it process and write the answer. While it's doing that, what else can I do? I can just reshape the page to make it slightly easier to read. I think that can be quite useful. You can also, over here, you could add answer elements as well. So if you've pre-written any answers, and I've got a silly one here, make it write in French, it'll do that. Obviously, I'm not necessarily qualified to know if the French was good. So there you go. And note that it had a 500 word limit, so it stuck relatively close to that, although I made it write a lot more. It's gone away and written a much more detailed, kind of more fact-dense answer. And you'll have seen, if you see the other videos, you'll know that this matching score here is a concatenation of all of the matching scores, goes up to here to make 69%. Each matching score is how closely related to the question is this sentence. Doesn't need to be, they don't all need to be deep green, but the more green ones you've got, generally the better the answer will be. And this looks like a very strong answer that's going to give you all the 3 case studies you need, and it's going to get you a lot of points. So join us for later videos when we'll show you how to set style templates and change lengths of the question answer.